Welcome back, photo enthusiasts, to the final video of my Fatal Frame 2 LP. Last time, we found a way out of the village. However, unfortunately, Mayu got kidnapped by a bunch of what I assume are people and not ghosts. I wonder where they could be hiding! I guess that means we gotta go save her. Again. Of course, we only have a camera, so I'm not really sure what we're gonna do when we come up against these guys. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Speaking of crossing bridges, guess where we're going?
The two chosen children shall be carried to heaven on the wings of a butterfly. A butterfly that will save this village. This is how it was meant to be.
If you needed further proof that Mayu was possessed by Sai, well, there you go. I guess Sai went ahead and took over control once they got her, and now they're letting her go? I'm not really sure. It sucks for these two girls, though. I'm sure they don't really give a shit about this village. And unless those were people that took Mayu in the first place, I'm not sure really what there is to save in this village. I mean, what's the point? And if there's a way out and there are people here, why don't they take the way out? It's open now. Just don't stay here. And I don't really get what the hell Miyu and Mayu would give a shit about the people in this village anyways. Of course, I'm sure they don't give a shit about these two girls either. There's just more of them, and they actually have something that can be used as actual weapons. You can also save your game there if you want. You know I did, because I do not want to make that trek all over again. I already walked that route plenty of times during this game. Back in the mysterious house where for some reason the light will not come on here. It's weird! Much like this game. It just seems odd, though. I mean, I assume this village, from what the files kind of indicated, kind of exists in its own sort of dimensional limbo. So if there's a way out, why don't they all just take that way out and leave? But that would be adding logic to the mix, and we can't have that. After all, logic is the enemy of any story. Blue film, we don't need it. Not only am I maxed out on it, but you really should not be using that film anymore in the game. If you're resorting to that, then you're going to have problems. Although you should still have all your yellow film if you took my advice and have not used it. Crazy McCray-Cray. She likes to chase shiny things. Some of the least interesting segments in the game.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I wonder if this is Sai controlling Mayu at this point? I assume it is. Otherwise I don't know why Mayu would just wander about like that. Although she seems the type. Though, to be fair, I don't think we ever really get to know Mayu. I mean, up until this point, the only time we saw her where maybe she wasn't possessed was when they were hanging out outside before Mayu took off. I assume by the time Mayu took off, she was already possessed. Maybe not. I was never really clear on any of that. I missed that earlier, so might as well go ahead and get it. No sacred water left behind, except for the ones that I left behind. You might remember a tower that we saw a few videos back, the last time we were running around this area. Well, that's where we gotta go, as the game already hinted to us.
Yai, you finally come for me.
Fantastic. There ain't no Yaya here. Yaya did not care about you. I'm sure she did, she just wasn't as clingy.
I kept waiting and waiting.
Okay, maybe that was Yaya. I honestly don't know who the hell that was. I assume Sai is in Mayu still, so I don't know who the fuck that was. That is the last save point in the game. So go ahead, be sure to save your game there. And we've got a boss fight, which I did not want to edit, but unfortunately my performance is not good, so it will be. I guess this is the leader of the Veiled Priests. Not really sure who this dude is. Got a good start on him though. Damn it. This guy's biggest asset is in how passive he is. He will try to stay away from you as much as possible to trigger the next stage of the fight that you can't avoid apparently if you kill him quick enough. Unfortunately for me, I will not be quick enough to do that, and that's why this fight is edited. Yeah, he will spawn about 4 Veiled Priests. And these are the Uber Veiled Priests that we saw last video. They've got a lot of health. I'm sure they can be taken down quicker with Fatal Frames, but since you've got 4 of them, plus this dude in here, that can be a bit challenging. Hence my editing this fight. So I guess you basically just have to chase him down. I'm not really sure. Once these guys spawn, I don't really know exactly what to tell you except focus on the main guy. He's the one you're after, not the Veiled Priest. Like, shooting them really doesn't do much good. As I was doing this, I eventually decided to just stop trying to shoot at them all together because I wasn't sure if they were infinite spawning. There he is. Damn it! Now there was no reason he should have gone out of the viewfinder right there. I've already bitched about the combat enough, I'm not going to do it again, but... well, I might in the end credits. We'll have to see. That's just one of the cheap tactics of this game. And I would really like another Fatal Frame. Hell yeah, you take a seat, bitch! And take them priests with you, asshole. Yeah, apparently they tried performing that ritual just with Sai, and it did not work. Because Yae did not give a shit. And I don't blame her. Another spirit stone that I don't want to listen to. I would highly recommend right now you go back and save, which is what I did. The good thing about that save point is you can pretty much come back to it as much as you want until you hit a certain point. But I would highly recommend that now you go back and save before doing this. I will have complaints about this next section.
Mia, no. Don't come near. Save yourself. Run away. Yae, come here. Hurry. Mia, once you've come this far, you'll come for me, Yae. I know you will. We promised we would always be together. So we ran away. Let everyone die.
I'm pretty sure we heard that one. You done talking, Miss Crazy? About damn time. I think at least they could not repeat stuff we've already heard. Yeah, so if you die in the next section, we are headed towards that final boss. You will have to walk this over and over again to get back to it. There will be no checkpoint. Now, this area may seem very empty to you at this point in time. That is because I cleared it out ahead of time, because I had to do the final boss fight several times in order to get it. This area is swarming with those blind, I think they're called mourners. We saw them in the caves where we got a key several videos back. We also saw them in that house we were just in, the one where the flashlight doesn't work. You know that little side entrance that had a save point by it, where we pretty much saw a ghost every time we went through that room. Kind of a basement area, I believe. So after my first time failing that final boss, I went ahead and just took them all out. I don't know how many there were, but there are a shit ton of them. So if you fail at that final boss, you not only have to walk all this, and I did that too so that I could just show a straight path walking through here, and it would take less time, and it would be more pleasant for y'all to watch. You'll have to fight them over and over again, or run away from them. You can run away from them, but for me it was really hard to see where to go my first time running through here. At this point I had ran through here so many times I knew where to go. For some, fighting them might have been a waste of time. For me, I actually needed to do it. Like in the first Fatal Frame, when we fight the final boss, your health items aren't going to matter. Stone mirrors don't matter. You need your Type 90 film. I'd save some of the red film as well. Other than that, everything else is expendable. So I would say just use all of that and take them out if you decide to fight them. And you can fight a couple at a time and then go save and then come back, which is what I did, which was a long process.
You finally come for me. You finally come. We can be one. I knew you would come for me. I kept waiting and waiting. Let's continue the ritual. The ritual. 2 shrine maidens become as one.
Well, we know Sai is definitely very clingy. Interesting area. And another photo op. I think you have to do this in order to have a bridge open up to walk across there. As far as I could tell, I couldn't walk past it until I took that picture. I think this is where the ritual actually happens.
Forever. I'll wait forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Kasabi, our final boss. Kind of a little disappointing it's not Sai we're fighting, but you know, there is an optional fight for that on harder difficulties. But this is the canon ending, so this is what we're going with. I recommend starting that fight off like that each time because he'll usually teleport to about the same place. Like I said, he is a one-hit kill ghost. Stone mirrors do not help. And your opportunity to shoot him is very limited. And he will regenerate health. And like I was saying, if you die, you have to start that whole section over again. Walk all the way down through those caves over and over again, which takes about 5 minutes to do without any ghosts. And if you didn't clear the ghosts out and then save, then it's going to take you even longer. Most of the time he will teleport behind you. I heard somebody on an LP say that as long as you stay in the viewfinder he won't regain health. I didn't notice that to be true. Even when I stayed in the viewfinder he seemed to regain health. So I think that's just something he does. So you've got to try to take him down as quickly as possible with as many good shots as you can, but also not be too reckless to the point that you get hit. I think there are little floating heads that attack you too, and I think those are not one-hit kills, or maybe they're one-hit kills, but the stone mirror will save you from that. I'm not really sure. But the stone mirror will not help you in this fight against the Kasabi. Health items will not help you. Only thing that's going to help you is your Type 90 film and your amazing dodging skills. I meant to say Type 0 film there. And combo shots. Be sure to do that too. The good thing is, like the final boss of the first game, you can only damage him with a zero shot or a fatal frame. The good thing is it's pretty much the only opportunities they give you in this game. The first game you could take shots at the final boss even without the charge being all the way up or it being a fatal frame moment. Nice. I wish I could get the 3-hit combo. I never was able to get that pulled off. I know. Can you say anything else? Why are you attacking me anyways? I didn't do anything to you. You're a dick, that's why. I don't know if I just start hitting him more frequently. This fight is actually not edited at all. But he seems to finally start to regenerate health a lot slower after a while. Which is nice. I read a tip that if you stay in that area where the twins were, that you can get an automatic fatal frame every time. Problem with that is he can get you there too. I found moving around being a lot more effective of a way of making sure I don't get hit. Whenever he teleports, he does like to teleport behind you. On. Mama said knock you out! Hey, at least I didn't say cheese motherfucker again. That fight right there is why I did not think I was going to complete this game. But thankfully, we did it! Except we have a couple other things to do. So, staples of this game, one of them being picking up files. And this is our last file of the game. Wasn't it beautiful? Hey, at least we're not backtracking. So that's good. One thing left to do.
I kept waiting. In a dark, dark place. Shall we begin?
Ooh. Last thing we gotta do in the game we have is run to Maya, but first, our last photo opportunity of the game. We'll need something to remember her by.
Yuri. We were born together. But we have to live and die separately. I knew this. I knew. Mayu. We'll be together. We will. We can't be together forever. But with this, we can become one. So it's all right. Kill me. Why didn't you kill me back then? I've been waiting to feel your hand in mine since we were just waiting on you. On that day I felt I was waiting. 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 Crimson butterfly. Thank you.
I do apologize for the distorted audio there and now the subsequent lack of sound. However, there's a song playing and that tends to fuck up videos of this section of the game. because of YouTube and its copyright issues. So I don't really know what to tell you, except I'm trying to make sure my video doesn't get blocked.
Didn't we always promise each other? Together, forever.
Yeah, we did it! Woo! Another LP done! And as we do at the end of all my LPs, walkthroughs, whatever you want to call them. Victory sip. I am very happy I played this game. I said before, I was not sure I would ever be able to complete this game, but I am very happy to be able to have made it through this game. Overall, this was a very enjoyable game. It does have its flaws, but I think it is a pretty solid game. I still do prefer the first game. I knew I would. Part of it is it was my first Fatal Frame game to play. Part of it is I liked the setting better and I liked the combat better. But I still think this is a very, very solid game, nonetheless. My biggest gripe about this game is that section that we just saw before the final boss, that big cavern area you gotta walk through. There really should have been a save point right after that, right before you took the picture of the twins and walked around and had that final boss fight. I don't like that because that, even if you take out those enemies, you saw how long it took me to do that. Imagine doing that over and over again if you have problems with that boss fight. It's annoying. And that's not counting taking the time to go ahead and clear out those enemies. The combat needed some work. I don't like that you could be looking right at an enemy and still not have an opportunity to damage them. But other than that, this was still a pretty solid game. But it was dark and creepy, and you had a couple of cute Asian girls running around, so that's always nice, even if one of them was batshit crazy. This was still a pretty fun LP. I'm very happy that I played this game. I would normally like to give a lot more thoughts and do a lot more talking here at the end. However, I've been really stuffy lately, and so I'm just not going to do that. Thank y'all very much for watching. This was part 2 of my 3-part 150 subscriber special. That last game of those 3 being Kuon, unless the person that requested that would rather me do Uncharted 2. She did request both games, so I suppose I could switch that up. That's up to her. But unless I get that request from her specifically, I'm going to go with Kuon next, mainly because I already have my PS2 hooked up, and that's the game she requested on that request video I did. So, more ancient Japanese horror awaits this channel at some point. I'm probably going to take a week or so off and hopefully clear up a little bit before I do more commentary, because I was stuffy for a fair portion of this LP. I have allergies all the time anyways, so I'm just always stuffy, but the last couple it's been more so than usual. Thank y'all so much for watching. It's been a blast bringing this LP to you. I always enjoy bringing these videos to my channel, and I always enjoy it when people like them. Thank y'all very much for watching. Feel free to request any games that you would like to see me play. And other than that, I will see y'all in Kuon. Later, y'all sexy people.